I'm a fat little bitch and I just made eye contact with someone working at my house while I tried to go to the bathroom. Hi everybody, Leo season is over and wow, has the vigor and spirit left my body. I haven't gone to the bathroom in 3 days and we will pivot and stop talking about my constipation problems, but I had a small window of opportunity where I thought maybe today is the day that I pass a stool. Welcome to the Bitch Bible podcast, everybody. She is scraping the bottom of the barrel and I went to the bathroom and my side yard is primarily closed for business. So all the dudes have been coming from the other side of the house and there's no real reason for them to be on the other side. I have a small little window in my toilet room and I felt a pang in my butthole and I was like, oh my God, today is the day. And I ran to the bathroom praying to sweet baby Jesus, Moses, RuPaul, Lisa Barlow, that maybe I would be able to relieve myself from the crippling constipation that has plagued me for weeks and weeks and weeks. And sure enough, she believed she could and she fucking didn't. And as I stand up to pull my pants up, okay, vag out, asshole out, tits out, just disgusting. I look behind me and I make real deep eye contact with one of the men working in my house. Okay. And he sees me and I see him. And you know what I did? Instead of my instinct to duck and cover, I waved and then pulled my pants up. And that's just where I'm at emotionally on this beautiful Monday morning. I got back from Ojai last week. We had a beautiful gallivant. Andrew planned a surprise trip for my birthday. And here's what I'll say. How do I say this? How do I bridge this? I went to the Ojai Valley Inn. I sprained my leg the day before because we were at a kid's birthday party. And God bless my cousin. My cousin's kid turned 5 and they did a birthday party at the park. Now, unbeknownst to anybody, they picked the Crip Park. So, which I feel I feel like we're on the right side of history. What is Snoop Dogg a Crip? Because whatever Snoop Dogg is where I want to be. Also, my trainer is a Crip. So I felt kind of like I'd fit in pretty well. This is so, I shouldn't even discuss this. My cousin Nick is a character, okay? And allegedly, the day before his child's 5th birthday party, he's walking the streets of Venice. He sees an unhomed man who is wearing a leather vest. And in true Nick fashion, I guess he solicited a conversation with this man as he should and bought the vest off of his body. Was like, sick vest, bro. I'll buy that from you. I love that vest. So he buys this vest from the unhomed man and then proceeds to invite him to his son's 5th birthday party, Spider-Man birthday party. Okay. So this sweet, toothless and homeless, Dorit, we need to rework the charity, toothless yet homeless, man rolls through to this kid's 5th birthday and he's sitting with all the children. He's sitting with the kids. He's partaking in the, in the snack mixes and the pizza and the cupcakes. And, a couple, not me. I'd like to go on record and say, not a peep out of me. I'm a woman of the world. Okay. I'm a very woke, inclusive person. I said nothing. And a couple of the parents at the party are like, sir, you need to leave. This is a child's party. And the guy's going, no, I was invited. And they're like, who invited you? And he's like, that guy over there, he invited me. And everyone's like, seriously, you need to stop. Please go sit somewhere else. This is a child's birthday party. And he's just literally sitting on a bench with all of these children, eating Fresh Brothers pizza. And everyone's like, seriously, you need to go sit over, so just Curb Your Enthusiasm, couldn't believe it. I was like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen. So then lo and behold, my cousin Nick, after he's done making the rounds, is like, hey man, you came. Thanks for coming. Gives him a big hug. And everyone, it's like a record scratch. My cousin Nick invited him. He was a party guest and at the Crip Park. Clyde started taking off. Okay. I don't know if he was looking for the Bloods. Maybe he affiliates more with that gang, but he started just taking the fuck off. And this is like an open park, like kind of in the, like a heavier traffic area. And Andy was chit-chatting with the unhomed man, seeing if he has any more leather vests, perhaps. And I just out of a motherly instinct that I've never had before, just started running after Clyde. Okay. And my sister was like, wow, you're like kind of fast. And I was like, yeah, I got the Presidential Fitness Award in 7th grade, lest we forget. Low key, I feel like I don't bring this a lot to the table because I have just so many other attributes, but I'm like, I wouldn't say that I'm athletic, but I would say that I'm far more coordinated than people give me credit for. And usually it's sparked by adrenaline. Like, do I need to be in a fight or flight situation before I really fucking throw the fuck down? Yes, but I do have it in me. And I am shockingly, in heated moments, athletic / coordinated, more than one would predict. And I start taking off, and because of this godforsaken demon seed inside of me, I sprained my calf. So the very next day, we sauntered to the Ojai Valley Inn. I will say this, and yes, Jackie, is this a 5-star luxury hotel? For sure. I didn't realize what a piece of shit I've become until last week. It's not that I am, how do I put this? I'm a painfully particular type of person. And if Shamu is leaving SeaWorld, let's say it again, I'm very, very particular. First things first, I don't like a kid-friendly property. I have them. I have 1.25. Don't you hate when people check into a restaurant and they're like, how many in your party? And they're like 2.5 because they have a kid. Die in a fire. Like Dork 2000, 2.5, 2.25, stop. The bit's over. The hostess doesn't find you funny. She finds you insufferable. Just say 2 in a high chair and keep it fucking moving. I don't love a kid-friendly property. Also, because of the sprained calf, because of my disability, ooh, the D word. Wow, 7 minutes in, not good. So many stairs, so many bugs, so much wildlife, so much greenery, so much room for Lyme's disease, and just like the family-friendly element. Like if you're selling a s'mores kit in the gift shop, I'm not rolling through. It's a little bit too rustic, bohemian, kid-friendly energy. I spent 3.5 minutes at that fucking Pixie pool, and the sound of children splashing, laughing, the smell of ketchup and crusty towels and sunscreen, the color of the water of the pool, like that is my version of hell. I would rather go to an ISIS prison camp that was quiet than go to any version of a kid's pool. I just find it to be, it's where joy comes to die. And I just see all the people in the pool and the splashing and the kiddos running in those fucking little goggles and the fucking water wings and the fucking chicken tenders and the murky water and all the forced cheer and laughter and memories and mom. I couldn't fucking do it. So I sauntered to the adults only pool. I mean, I saw Clyde maybe an hour and a half a day. I was like, Andrew, if this is a real birthday for me, I'm tapping the fuck out. Like, we can go have a nice lunch, but I don't want to be amongst the kinder. Like, I didn't sign up to go to Tutor Time Express. Like, this is crazy. There's kids everywhere, dripping with kids. And Andrew's like, isn't this great? Clyde's having the best time. I'm like, yeah, but Clyde can roll. We can go other places. And I'm just not that kind of a gal, quite frankly. I'm not that kind of a mother. I'm not that kind of a woman. It's just so many stairs. Oh my God, so many stairs. So I'm limping around like Forrest fucking Gump on this property, okay? Just like fat dragging a leg, which is ironic because when I was a kid and I used to like go to the park by myself, kidnapping was more of a thing than it is now. I feel like sex trafficking has really taken the kidnapping spot. As I always say, like, kids are expensive. Nobody's trying to fucking kidnap anymore. They're trying to like abduct a young woman in Berlin and like sell her to sex trafficking. It's just the way of the future. But when kidnapping was more a thing, more hot and trendy, And I would walk to the park by myself or walk to a friend's house because I was like virtually raised by wolves. My parents were like, see you at 5 p.m. Like, we don't care where you go or what you do. Stay alive and see you at 5. And I was like, copy that, bitch. I would go to the park and I would drag a leg because I thought that maybe if a kidnapper was like perusing the inventory, that maybe I also did some other things that I'm not really going to talk about on the microphone. Although I think I already have, like there was maybe like a slight speech impediment and like a wonky eye and a dragged leg. And my hair wasn't great at the time. So I just feel like, you know, I wasn't on the top 10 kidnapping must list. So as I was dragging my leg through the Ojai Valley and like had a real spiritual connection to my younger self, but I go to this adult pool and this is a call to action. And then we'll talk about other things because so many pop culture musings that I'm just so painfully interested in. Did you see Blake Lively made a cake? Why do this is interesting. Think about this. Food for thought. Why do pretty successful women cosplay quirky all the time? Like, what in what world? Like, why the fuck? Blake Lively, gorgeous. Serena Vanderwoodson. Okay. I don't love like the misconception. Everyone tries to make it like her and Ryan Reynolds are like A-list Hollywood royalty. They're not. Lovingly. I mean, Blake Lively, a simple favor too. Like, we can run the IMDb. This is not Kate Blanchett or Kate Winslet we're talking about. So we've really kind of glamorized and romanticized both of their participation in cinema. I mean, Ryan Reynolds, Dork 2000, Deadpool, that's Deadpool and Just Friends. Like, when did they become Leo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet? Like, let's just calm the fuck down. And she's making a lot of quirky cakes in her quirky little house with her little pop. She loves to bake and she can crack an egg with one hand. That's all I know about Blake Lively. And you're just so pretty and you have so much access. Like, what are you wearing? Like, what are you doing? What are you baking? What is the agenda? What is your mission statement? You're just like a quirky little Miss Frizzle. Like, I love arts and crafts. So fucking weird. She looks like an assistant manager at a Free People who's like just the most gorgeous girl you've ever seen who like lives in Marin County. I don't know. It really freaks me out. But that fucking cake carousel took my ass out. Keep it to yourself. What was I saying? So I'm at the adult pool, okay, seeking solace, seeking refuge with my bum fucking leg. And I'm having a mocktail, which, by the way, if you're pregnant, coconut water, fresh frozen strawberries, fresh pineapple, a gestational diabetes drink of choice. Whip it up. It's kind of like a low sugar, I would say pina colada adjacent, minus all of the fun, but it really does the trick in a pickle. Or you could just fuck it and call it a day and order an Aperol Spritz. I won't judge you. I'm at this adult pool, and there's probably, I would say she couldn't be more than 14 years old at the adult pool. Now, the signs clearly state 18 and over. This bitch, she's got rubber band thin. She's got an overbite. She's probably made it to 6 orthodontist appointments, and she's got a tankini on. And when I tell you, I got there at 10:30. From 10:30 to 3:15, okay, this little Esther Williams gone rogue was practicing her handstands in the adult pool for hours on end. And the rage that I felt watching this little bitch, okay, flip around like the Little Mermaid. By the way, her handstands were a catastrophe. She couldn't get one of those fucking legs straight to save her fucking leg. And she's flipping and she's doing her handstands. She's flipping and she's doing her handstands. And I'm looking at the parents being like, put this hoe on a leash. Send her to the pixie pool. If she's gonna cosplay an adult, get the tankini clad bitch out of the pool with her goggles and her flippers. I can't. It was so unsettling. I couldn't focus. It was all I was thinking about. It was like, first of all, your handstands suck. They're not improving with practice. It's time to tap out. Okay, Aquamarine. Secondly, this isn't a live action presentation of of like the short bus Little Mermaid. Do we have to cut that out? We're not going to. You guys, I'm pregnant. My hormones. Oh my God. Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me. It was so distracting. I wanted to pull her aside and be like, listen, your mother is not going to give you the tools that I can give you. And let this trip, your little family trip to the Ojai Valley Inn, be a pivotal moment in your adolescence where a big fat woman, 7.5 months pregnant, pulls you aside in an adult pool and says to you, listen, first of all, you don't need to be wearing a tankini. Second of all, cool it with the fucking handstands. Okay, we're not going to the Olympics anytime soon. Sit your ass down, order yourself a strawberry banana smoothie and some chicken fingers and lay low in the fucking adult pool. Okay, otherwise, we're going to have more words. We come to this place, aka the adult pool, for magic, Nicole Kidman, for magic, and to preserve our blow dries and seek solace from the pixie pool where you belong. So cool it. Really distracting, really ruined my day, to be totally honest. I always thought that pregnancy brain was a Ponzi scheme, but let me tell you, this time around, I just like can't keep my life straight. And when I say that I'd be dead in a ditch if it wasn't for my Skylight calendar, my friend had a Skylight calendar like months ago. And I was like, what is this? And she's like, this is just like the run of the week for her family, 2 working parents, 2 kids. Everything is color coded. It's such like, if you're a visual person, it's the best. I have one in my kitchen. Everybody who's in my house can see what exactly is going on, what I'm up to, what Clyde's up to, what Andrew's up to. It just like really simplifies the week ahead. It's so easy. I can't even tell you. You have to get one. I really am like not joking here. Also, Skylight has these amazing frames, like these incredible digital photo frames that I paid retail for, bought my dad one for Father's Day. Really, really good gift. They also have option to manage events, chores, grocery lists for your family on the Skylight calendar. Really, really great product. Get one. You'll love it. Families are better when they're working together. Right now, Skylight is offering our listeners $30 off their 15-inch calendars by going to myskylight.com/bitchbible. Go to myskylight.com/bitchbible for $30 off your 15-inch calendar. That's myskylight.com/bitchbible. Every week there is a new wellness trend. All the TikTok girlies are trying. They all sound insane to me. I don't want to eat algae or take 713 supplements. Listen, I'm no scientist, but no matter how many amazing ingredients are packed into your supplements, they're not going to do anything if your body can't actually absorb them. That is why I love the Absorption Company, which has created supplements that absorb dramatically better than traditional options. I have taken so many magnesium supplements, okay? None of them really did much. The Absorption Company's magnesium absorbs 8 times better than standard magnesium. So you're getting better sleep, better muscle recovery, and better mood. I tried it and I felt so much better. I can't even tell you. They also have a really amazing berberine supplement. Berberine is known as nature's Ozempic, okay? This product does not contain semaglutide and is not intended to replace prescription medications, but like, give it a go. You're welcome. Start taking supplements your body can actually absorb. Go to absorbmore.com and enter bitchbible at checkout for up to 35% off your first order. That's absorbmore.com and enter bitchbible at checkout for 35% off your first order. Another really crucial post-birthday activity that I do every year. Unfortunately, I'm a woman in sobriety this year, so I thought it would be less fun to do sober, but it's actually so much more fun and packs way more of a punch. So historically speaking, after my birthday, which I give genuinely 0 fucks about. It's by the way, the least interesting thing in the world. Everybody has one. People are like, birthday month, like you were not hugged as a child. You are just wringing out that sponge for a drop of attention. It speaks to a bigger issue. It's just a fucking day. With that said, the small gift that you can give to yourself is an awkward text message. I love an awkward text message to like a random relative, a distant friend. It's a solo amusement gift for one that I can't describe the joy that it brings me, but if you have a birthday coming up, give this a go, okay? Sober or on the sauce. So what you do is you think of someone that is so peripheral, a friend that you haven't spoken to in 4 years, okay, that you've been to lunch with like 3 times, okay, a coworker that's like a hi hello in the hallway, just someone gullible, random, and prime for the picking. And then you send, this is the following text that I sent to 3 random people. Because, oh God, I was crying laughing. It's so funny. And then here's the thing. You never resolve it. You never say, I'm just fucking with you or I'm just kidding. You just like let it linger in the universe. And if there's 3 random people that think you're the weirdest bitch on the block, that's okay. Like live with the consequences. This is like a lesson in self-love. I can't describe it. Okay, so I draft the same text, a version of the same text every single year. And it's so fun. Okay. Hey! Exclamation mark. Hope all is well. Not a huge deal. But I've been making a conscious effort to express myself when things come up and bug me so it doesn't fester and unintentionally create awkwardness. Yesterday was my birthday, and even though I'm not a huge birthday person, it would have been a nice gesture or sentiment to post some type of acknowledgement on Instagram or even just a personal text. I'm wondering if there's something wrong or something I did to upset you, as I see you regularly post for other people in our friend group. Like I said, not a huge deal. I realize there are people dying and everyone has their own shit going on. LOL, just thought it was worth a mention. Anyways, hope to see you soon. Heart emoji. I sent this. I sent this to 3 people. One person who has a really good sense of humor was like, fuck you, LOL, because they knew I was joking. So that was the wrong choice. Another person, those dots went on for hours. It's like a friend that I've literally had lunch with like once in 5 years. Like a friend of a friend that I like regularly socialize with, but we're not close at all. Oh God, that was so funny. And then I sent it to like a very distant cousin who didn't respond. The best gift I could have ever gotten, just joy through and through. Like even now makes me cry. It's so stupid. I love doing shit like that. It's me and my sister. It's our favorite game is to just draft awkward text that seems serious. Like if people go on a bachelor party or a baby shower, like anything that like would be ridiculous for us to be invited to or whatever, but just to like make a thing. And you have to start the text with, hey, exclamation mark, not a huge deal. And you have to reiterate that it's not a big deal twice, because that just like lends itself to, I don't know, it sounds more real, you know, when you're like diffusing it and then you throw in like a random LOL. So funny. Give it a go. Enough about me. I read a 1-star review last week that was like, as Jackie becomes more successful, which LOL, I've plateaued a long time ago. She becomes more insufferable and tone deaf. And I thought, I agree with you, actually. That's true. Yeah. Noted and metabolized 100%. Although I would argue that I was far more insufferable when I was poor and jobless, because I was really, really overcompensating, because I just felt so, I wouldn't say that I felt insecure, but I was like, uh-oh. The trope is real. Like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. I have no opportunities, like nothing. I don't think this shit's going to work out. So now I got to really over project and be super, super obnoxious. But I feel relatively like content and secure and stable. But I think I've probably just always been obnoxious and slightly insufferable. I don't know. I'm going to think about it. We're going to unpack it. Let's get into some pop culture news. Speaking of insufferable, Harry, what's his last name? What's Prince Harry's last name? You guys, am I having a stroke? Is there hot toast in the oven? With a gun to my head, I don't know Prince Harry's last name. I just realized that. It's not Markle. It's not Sussex. Harry. Do we know? Do you know? What is Prince Harry's last name? Prince Harry's last name. Does anyone know this? Prince Harry does not have a traditional last name. Oh my God, thank God. Oh my God, his formal title is Henry Charles Albert David, Duke of Sussex. Okay, Prince Harry. Wow, that really, oh my God, that scared me. I was like, we've lost it. We've lost the plot. We're scraping. We're officially done. Lights out, mic off. Arrivederci. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are moving back to the UK. Wow, these two they do not let those lights dim. That's going to be interesting. Are they rekindling with the family? You know, I used to not really, it's not that I didn't like Kate Middleton. I just didn't really fucking care about Kate Middleton. But I think that the way that she navigates the press and her involvement, I think she really navigates it beautifully. Not because she's submissive and demure, but just because she's consistent and graceful. Meghan Markle, what's going on with the wine? What's going on with the jam? What's going on with the shortbread cookies? I saw the best TikTok of her kind of romanticizing and changing up her origin story. One clip is her being like, I grew up on TV dinners and fast food. And, that's why I have such emphasis on health and cooking for my family and providing healthy homegrown meals. And then in another clip, she's like, growing up in California, we always had access to the finest produce. And me and my mother in the kitchen, 3 generations, we would always make the, a Moroccan chicken tagine and this from the whatever. And it's just, there's a level of inconsistency. It's so you fled because you didn't want to be a part of the UK media and press, and the lights were too hot. So then you found Fortress and Montecito, but now you're going back. And then there's the jam. It just feels a little performative and just, you know what it is? If it's nothing else than just annoying as fuck, quite frankly. I mean, with Love Meghan, if I was ever on the precipice of really losing my mind and jumping off of a building and I had to watch that With Love Meghan episode where she pretends that her makeup artist, aka her very best friend, where they have zero chemistry and they're just slinging food puns in the kitchen like 2 glorified strangers with a white button down to boot, I would jump. I'd be like, let's just call it a day. This sounds like more fun. All broken limbs aside. That's more fun than watching her, kind of with that terse upper lip. She's like, we're making a charcuterie board. Oh, okay. Wow. That you're cutting those rosettes, those salami rosettes are a little, oh God, those are a little crazy. And she's trying to control them, but she's acting so bohemian. She's like, whatever, I'm in Montecito, but then painfully contrived. So they're moving back. Do we care? We don't. Remember when Prince Harry dressed up as a Nazi for Halloween and went to a nightclub with a swastika on? I do. I'd like to bring that up one more time. Speaking of swastikas, things I should keep to myself. My sister reminded me. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Clip it, put it on Reddit. My sister reminded me things I shouldn't share on a microphone, part 714. Also, my computer's about to blow up. So if you're hearing a very loud sound, do I have a new set of Janori plates? Of course. Could I go to the Apple store and get a new laptop? Of course not. That would be ridiculous. I'm not going to the fucking Apple store. I've never been to the Apple. Oh no, I went once. I bought headphones, wired headphones. I can't go in that fucking store. The lighting is crazy. The people are crazy. It's a flawed system. I'd rather go to a Best Buy with those fucking carpets and lick them than go to the fucking Apple store. I hate the people. What about the people waiting in lines for the iPhone? Get a hold of yourself. Go to fucking Verizon.com and order one. What are you doing? What was I saying? Swastikas. We're back. My sister was reminding me, I grew up going to Hebrew school once a week with all of my cousins. Did I learn anything? No. But it was more for the cultural bonding experience and the tradition. You get your little book bag. You sing a couple songs. I ultimately got kicked out with my cousin around 5th or 6th grade because we started pretending my parents would drop us off and then we would go down the ramp where we were supposed to go to class, and then they had a fire exit on the left and we'd go down the stairs. There was a gas station across the street and we would just go to a 7-Eleven and get Slim Jims and Slurpees for an hour and a half and then wait at the pickup line. And they were like, your kids haven't been to Hebrew school in 5 weeks. So we were just on the boulevard, like having snacks and just not really participating. And then also in first grade, when I got to the Hebrew school, I remember I went to the teacher and I was like, how come you don't smile? And she was real. And then we had like a really rocky year. But anyways, my sister's first year of Hebrew school, she was maybe 5 years old. This is so bad. No, she was probably like 4. It's even worse, actually. She was 4 and I was probably like 7.5. And me and my cousin told my sister that like all the cool kids in Hebrew school decorate their book bag. This is so bad. You guys, it's terrible. I'm a tribe member. I support the community. I don't know what to tell you, but this is my truth. And I like to get these things out because God forbid, there's definitely like one person who knows this that's ready to like blast it on a Facebook group. So I'd like to get ahead of it. I took my sister aside and like all the cool kids decorate their bags. And like my sister was so fucking annoying, such a pain in the ass that like the only way that I could even the scoreboard was to just torment her in silent ways because she was such an emotional terrorist to the family that like I had to get it in where I could. So I was like, yeah, Ashley, everyone decorates their book bag. It's like what the cool kids do. Like you don't want to walk into Hebrew school with like a brand new bag. They had these canvas bags where you like carried all your Hebrew books and your whatever. So I was like, I'll help you. So I got a Sharpie out and in the parking lot after my parents dropped us off, we wrote in big letters all over her Hebrew school bag. Like, I'm Christian. I hate Jews. With like stars of David with like X's through them. There might have been a swastika or two. I don't know. I don't know if we knew what that was. It's so not funny. It's so not funny. It's a real pressing issue for our country and the world. But oh my God. My sister's like, do you remember what you did to my book bag? Because she barely made it through the doors. And like the headmistress or whatever called my parents who were like, you need to come get your child. And they're like, what's going on? They're like, her book bag is an abomination to our religion. And this, oh God, it was, you guys. And my mom was like, did you do this? I'm like, no, I would never. I was also like 7. I had no idea what anything really meant, like with the gravity of the situation. But did we write, I wish I was Christian. I hate Jews in big fucking letters. So bad. That's really bad. Even though I've been upgrading my wardrobe lately, if there's anyone that really needs an update, it's Andrew. I swear he has been wearing the same jeans since 2006. And I really don't have the bandwidth to do like a day at the mall with Handy Andy, but ordering pants online can feel like gambling. Like, are they going to fit on his pear-shaped body? Like, what's the quality like? Luckily, I found the perfect solution to Andrew's wardrobe woes with Jack Archer. I bought him 700 pairs of their Jet Setter Tech Pant, and it's changed our life, quite frankly. Instead of needing different pants for work, travel, weekends, the Jet Setter Tech Pant is designed to do more with one pair. They're built for the office, golf course, date nights, everything in between. Made with flexible fabric, you can stay comfortable, put together, whether you're sitting at a desk, going to the airport, heading to dinner. They're also wrinkle resistant, stain repellent, and machine washable. The men need them, okay? Right now, Jack Archer is offering our listeners 15% off your first order with promo code GETJack. Go to jackarcher.com and use promo code GETJack for 15% off your first order. See why thousands of people have given the Jet Setter Tech Pant 5 stars. That's jackarcher.com. Promo code GETJack for 15% off your first order. As we know, I'm in full home reno mode. I'm literally the star of every stone yard from Alhambra to Reseda. And whether it's outdoor furniture or pieces for baby number 2's new nursery, I'm shopping at Article, okay? If you watch the video, please don't. But my blue sofa in the background of my home studio is from Article, paid retail. Also, I just recently bought like all of my outdoor umbrellas from Article because like the quality is so high end and they have these beautiful terrazzo terrazzo umbrella stands, which I was like, chic. Okay. And honestly, as a frequent antiquer, it takes a lot for me to love and trust furniture you can buy online. But every article product that I own in my home is so much more gorgeous than the photos from their website. Like the quality is amazing. Their carriers like reach out directly. The shipping is seamless. The delivery is seamless. It's really just like the most affordable high-end online furniture that you can find. Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. To claim, visit article.com/Bible, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/Bible for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. Anyways, where do we pivot from there? I'm just going to breeze past that. Don't cut it. Kaya Gerber said she had an exorcism when she was younger. She said she's always been really susceptible to outside energies and forces, and very casually mentioned in an interview recently, God, she's so pretty. You know, a thespian, we're not sure, but beautiful. And for that, we say, cheers, Kaya Gerber. Yeah, she said that her parents hired an exorcist because she had like a dark demon inside of her when she was very young. And can you imagine, by the way, somebody somewhere reboot The Exorcist and cast Kaya Gerber as Reagan. I'd watch it. Imagine her fucking head spinning around and just like puke. Like, I can't. That would be incredible. Jacob Elordi and Kendall Jenner are gallivanting around hand in hand, glasses on, matching Bottega bags. So attractive, you know? And they both don't seem super fun. So I think they're a great couple. Like, they both don't feel like they'd be a blast and a half in a good way, you know, like hovering on the Richter scale of life at a 4. So they're kind of matching each other's energies. Like, so gorgeous. You can't be that gorgeous and also have like a great personality. That just doesn't usually happen. You know what I mean? I mean, once in a while you get a dynamo, but if you're that severely attractive, you can't also be like a gay old chuckle. It doesn't. It would be too much. It would be alienating. So like, I imagine their dinner conversation is, you know, I would say dismal, but matching energies. I hope they get married and have gorgeous, tall little babies. I think they're cute. I think they're more than cute. I think they're fucking gorgeous. And as the kids say, I ship it. They both like dogs. They both like the outdoors. They both probably love to like stay home and like cook and like read a book by the fire. Books. Do you think Jacob Elordi reads books? I don't. Hormones, Leo season. Am I getting canceled for this episode? Maybe. We're not sure. What else is going on? Oh, I hate this. There's this new trend on TikTok where women are making their significant others, their boyfriends, their husbands, like pronounce, I don't know, 9th grade level words like, I don't know, enigma, etc. And like the guys can't say it, and everyone's like, loser, what an idiot. First of all, if your husband can't pronounce those words, keep it to your fucking self. Like, I would not be broadcasting that. Like, you would have to really squeeze that out of me. And I'm jonesing to mortify Andrew on the internet. But like, let's by the way, we knew that your cousin fucker husband couldn't pronounce those words. He looks inbred. Like, we got it. Okay, Braylon, like, we know what's happening. But then it's so funny because I saw it and I was just like, this is stupid. Like, why does everything need a trend? Let's beat this to filth. Kind of chic. Like, at what point are we just going to lay low for like a week? Can we just make it a week without one of these trends? But then last night, I saw a man do it to his wife, and the anger that ensued me, I'm like, you are embarrassing your wife by making her pronounce these words. And I was so triggered. I'm like, whoa, I'm a feminist, because I did not get this guttural reaction when I was watching the women quiz the men. But with the man quizzing the woman, I'm like, she carried your children. Okay. You're a buck-toothed bitch with a TikTok and a ring light. You should be so lucky anyone will even graze your penis. So don't put this bitch on blast. I was like, that's mean. And I was like, whoa, we've evolved. Gloria Steinem, roll through. Another thing. I've been sent so many people are like asking me to clear the registries, and I responded a couple days. I said, listen, I am a B- list podcaster. Okay. I'm not Alex Cooper. I didn't do $160 million at SiriusXM. I can't clear these fucking registries. Okay. Send it to your friends and family. I'm sorry. Every day I'm going to text Alex Cooper and be like, listen, you fucking bitch. Okay. I'm not clearing registries, and I don't know what precedent you set that now everyone thinks that I'm also clearing registries. I'm house poor. Okay. I can't. I'm sorry. Love you like a sister. I can't buy you a Duna. I can't buy you a Duna. I don't even think I'm buying another Duna. I think I'm going to get a high pressure hose and some Simple Green and get all the bodily fluids off of my old fucking Duna and shove my next kid in it. I'm not clearing registries. I'm not even clearing my own registries. We're back to basics over here, but like, congratulations, everybody. Wow, just like profusely sweating. I've consulted the internet because I'm a sad, broken person and I don't trust myself with these raging hormones behind a microphone. So I've consulted the sad scope of the internet saying, what should we talk about? Let's do not a Q&A, but let's do like a prompted kind of check-in. What does everyone want to talk about? Let's see. Antique shopping. How, when, where? You know, for artwork, I feel like antiquing is the best. I would like to go on record because a lot of people ask me, like, how do you decide like vintage versus, by the way, I'm an authority on absolutely nothing. I'm an authority on just being a big old bitch, but everything else is so subjective. Like I don't consider like myself a taste maker of any kind. I'm a one lane woman. I do think I have impeccable taste, but it's my taste. And I don't know if it translates to everyone and everything. And I really, really encourage people at home to do your own thing, buy what you like, wear what you like. There's so much outside noise, and I'm part of the problem because I really push my opinions on people, but that's just in real life as well. But I really encourage people to like kind of find what your own personal style is and lean the fuck in. And if that's like simple hexagon tiles and floating shelves, then girl, go get it. But if it's not, like, let's figure out what you actually like and not like a simulation of what other people's influence is telling you to do. For me personally, I like every room to be like layered and specific and unique. And I like mixing old with new. I like mixing warm with cold. I like mixing colors and patterns and textures. It makes me feel like the room is loved and interesting and creative and expressive. Okay. That's my personal style. I love mixing antique art. And the first thing I always look at with antique art is frames. I love like a cool wood crafted vintagey frame mixed with like black and white kind of glossy modern photography. I like mixing all of those things. So when I'm antiquing, I'm looking for like really well made burl wood or like mahogany, like interesting like wood side tables or credenzas or like pieces that are just not, they don't look like you got them from Crate and Barrel. Like I love a woodwork. I love like weathered marble. I love brass. Like I love like anything that has like unlacquered brass with like bone inlay. I love just big pieces of paintings, art with really intricate frames. I love anything that's Murano glass. I love anything that's like solid marble wood, like just things that are like well made, sturdy, and a little bit weird. I don't love like a swirly fleur-de-lis antique anything. But if you find like an amazing chair that can be reupholstered, so it's like kind of old, kind of new, kind of specific, that's where I go. As far as vintage shopping goes, I am not a vintage shopping kind of gal. Like maybe if I've, maybe, but I don't like the fabrics. I don't like the stench. I'm not like cool like that. I'm not going to Paris and going to Le Marais and like looking for like vintage. Although like certain things like a Rabanne, if I found like a vintage Rabanne metal dress, I'd probably be like, fuck yeah, give it to me, put it in my body. But I'm not someone who's like sourcing. I don't want like a vintage Gucci. Like I'm just not cool like that. I'm not wearing like a vintage Prada mule with a capri. So, and it's not that it needs to be new every time, because I went through a phase like that where it's so stupid and it's so embarrassing and it's so materialistic and just like dumb and really filling a void for something else. But I definitely went through a period where it was like, I need the new bag and I need the new color and I need the new style and I need the new shoe and I need the, this bag that's so 3 months ago. Now I need the new colorway. I need the new, and I'm kind of off that right now because I actually don't think it requires any personal style. I think that's just more of like a flex thing. Like who has the Matthew Blasey, the new Chanel and the Coco Bean, like it's so gross and stupid. And right now, probably because I'm fat and poor, I really find that I prefer to invest in my home. There's nothing worse than when you see a girl with the new bag every 3 months and the new shoes and the new this, and then you go into her house and she's got no fucking furniture. Like, we're not doing that. So I try to invest in materials. I mean, I've spent more money on drainage, plumbing, pool, like things that are underground than, I'm not going to go get the new Matthew Blasey Chanel bag. You should see my plumbing. It's pristine. Okay. I've done all new plumbing in this house, indoors and outdoors. I'm resodding 5,000 square feet of grass. Do you know how expensive that is? Like, that's my flex of the moment. I'm not going to get the new bag. Famous last words. Okay. Solo travel tips. Celebrity friends, that's definitely not happening. Solo travel tips: walk with a purpose, be aware of your surroundings. I was thinking about this. Pop an air tag in, share your location, never tell people that you're solo traveling. I also would recommend go to places that like I'm not going to a new place, like an undiscovered territory. Study where you're going, tell no one, always act like there's someone waiting for you in the horizon. I don't know. Don't be an idiot. If you're a little bit stupid and a little naive and a little fawn in the woods, don't travel alone. Okay. I dare a motherfucker to come up on me. I dare a motherfucker. Like, I will kill you with my bare hands without even breaking a sweat. My baseline, my cortisol levels, besides a fight or flight situation where my son's running to the bloods, I barely fluctuate. My nervous system is fucking rock solid. I could be outwardly screaming, but internally the baseline is so low. So if a motherfucker comes up behind me and is trying to do something, good luck, babe. I will do the weirdest shit that you've ever seen. I have superhuman strength. I will rip the eyelids off of your eyes. I will kick you in your balls. I will twist your dick off, snap it, and shove it down your throat in 3.5 seconds. Okay. All with barely a mist on the hairline. So try me. I'm sketchy. I'm reptilian in nature and feline in movement. I am the scrappiest, scrawniest dumb bitch you have ever met. You don't even know. You don't know. I promise you, this is not all bark, no bite. The bites are vicious. I'm going to give you rabies. You won't hear a bark. You'll hear nothing, but you'll be bleeding on the floor. I just don't try it. It's a really, really bad idea. Let's see. Estate sales. If they're convenient and geographically desirable, I'll pop in, but I'm not waiting in the line for the estate sale. Although, I don't want to blow my spot up because somebody just taught me about this. There's an app called Everything But the House, and Jackie's been bidding. They do art, they do furniture, not as much Murano glass as I would like. Maybe that's difficult to source. I also have some people on Instagram that will put in the newsletter that I source antiques from that are really reasonable, light fixtures. I've got a Murano guy. I've got a furniture person, and I do a lot of shopping that way. But I'm too, once again, scrappy to weather an estate sale. I'm not waiting in the line and then going in the house with a bunch of bitches and throwing elbows to try to get some China set. We're just not doing that. I was pretty good about working out the first couple months of my pregnancy, but now I'm Shamu. And if I make it from like the bedroom to the kitchen, it's a huge victory. When life gets busy, workouts tend to be the first thing that goes. Okay. With Tonal, you can make sure you're checking workout off your to-do list with their smart and compact strength training system right in your home 24/7. Tonal provides the convenience of a full gym and the guidance of a personal trainer anytime at home with one sleek system. Okay. If you need to finagle some type of an at-home gym situation, Tonal is the only thing that you need, okay? It helps you focus less on workout planning and more on getting results. Basically, you get a quick assessment. Tonal sets the optimal weight for every move, adjusts in 1 pound increments as you get stronger, so you're always challenged. And Tonal also lets you choose from a variety of expert-led workouts, from strength to yoga, mobility, aero hit, so you're getting variety. Right now, Tonal is offering our listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code Bible. That's tonal.com and use promo code Bible for $200 off your purchase. That's tonal.com, promo code Bible for $200 off. I am literally clawing at the walls, waiting for the day when I can pop this baby out and get a martini. But as much as I miss my evening teeny, I do not miss how I'd feel the next morning. Even 1 or 2 drinks can ruin your next day. My only saving grace is Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol. Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to break down acetaldehyde. I'm definitely butchering that, but it's a byproduct of drinking alcohol. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme that is designed to break down this byproduct. Pre-alcohol, your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly. Enjoy your next day activities. Z-Biotics has sold more than 14 million bottles and earned the trust of thousands, including me. Try it for yourself today, and if you are unsatisfied, they will refund your entire order. No questions asked. Head to zbiotics.com/bitchbible, code bitchbible for 15% off your first order. Talk about Baylan's Tourette's. You know, I don't watch anything on TLC because it just does make me a little bit depressed, but Baylan Out Loud, I've seen some clips, love her like a sister, love the tiara, saw the wedding vows, was really tickled by it. I want to have her on the show. I know nothing about her except that I love her, and I'm excited for her and her beautiful life with her husband. People are really into the tile content. You guys, I think this yard might be coming together kind of soonish. And I have to say this out loud. Did I already say this on last week's episode? This is like the first time in my life where I've spearheaded a project, and my intel is so top notch. Like, I know exactly what's going on. I'm like, what about the drip lines? What about the drains? We need to move them to 4-inch. Are we doing linear drains? Are we doing, like, I know so much about drains. I know so much about grout. I know so much about like coping and wall caps and retaining walls and membrane. Like, I know too much, quite frankly. And I have to say, I feel like I haven't made mistakes, which is the craziest feeling because I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. Like, I could name 700 things that I'd like to fix in this house. Like the kitchen, I kind of fucked up. Like, it looks good, it's beautiful, but I kind of fucked it up. And then like my bathroom, I totally fucked up. There's just like certain things that I didn't have the knowledge, and I don't hire a designer. I hired a landscape architect because I needed like plans and specifics. Like, I'm not doing fucking blueprints, but like, I've personally picked out every single tile. I do have a designer I consult with, but I don't like, I've picked out every single rock that goes on the fireplace. I've picked every tile, like myself alone at a tile shop. I've picked every fabric. I've picked every coping, grout, plant, like everything. And it's such a labor of love. I genuinely love to do it. And as it's coming together, it's kind of hard to like piece together like countertops, pool tile, when you're not seeing it all together and it's just like a big open space of dirt. And you're just like, I bought half of the tile a month ago and then half of the stone tile another 3 weeks later. And I would hope that they could checkerboard and like kind of match, but I couldn't see them together. But I got them from the same distributor, even though they're different types of stone, because I didn't want to do a whole matching deck. And I really love the softness of the checkerboard. And I thought it would be visually interesting, but I don't really know. Is it going to be too busy? Do I go for a 24? Do I go for an 18? Do I have them cut? Do I do all the same? You know, like all of this workshopping in my brain. But then when it comes together and it's fucking working and it's fucking working, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. I am having a little mini meltdown over the Pebble Tech versus Plaster versus Pebble Fina versus Pebble Sheen. I'm going to say something controversial. I don't really love a Pebble Tech. I have a cocktail pool. It's relatively shallow. I don't love the feel of a Pebble Tech. I know that longevity wise, now we've lost everyone. I said I wasn't going to talk about tile. We're talking about it. I don't love the rockiness. I don't like it's just, I'm not a Pebble Tech princess. I prefer the smoothness of pool plaster. I know it's more maintenance and it's more long-term, whatever, but am I doing a sandy plaster? Like, but that's custom plaster. I got to have the water chemistry right because it could model. Like, I know all of these things. Do I do white plaster? Pretty classic, pretty simple. Is the contrast going to be too bright? Do I do a darker pool? I feel like that's like a little too East Coast Hamptonsy. That's not really the vibe we're going for. Do I do a classic? Do I like a hint of green in the pool, or is that giving Swamp Monster, or is it giving like resort? Is it a little too Ojai? Is it a little too rustic? Is it going to counterbalance the checkerboard and make it look too like antique Nancy Meyers? But we love Nancy Meyers, but we also don't want to fall into the trope of it being like a little too, I don't know. It's all really just complicated, but I'm having a great time and I think it's going to be done relatively soon. Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. I can't decide if it's like unbelievable or terrible. I will be watching every episode. I was supposed to, here's what I love about me. I was supposed to go to Kyle Richards' white party where Luann came in on the fucking bungee cord. Would she come in on the zip line to perform? And I love Kyle Richards and I want to be invited to everything moving forward. I don't really like to, won't attend anything that's being filmed per se, which is controversial and a bit of a hot button issue. Because, there's some people that will go to the opening of an envelope and they're just dying for that screen time and they're in the background and they're floating and they're like looking for the camera. That ain't me. If I'm going to leave the house, like I need to be in a protected space where I can like slug martinis and I don't want to feel like the lights are on me. So I was supposed to go and then did not go. And when I saw that Luann came in on a zip line, there was a part of me that was like, I should have been there. But the mix of the characters, Portia is perfect. Portia is a perfect housewife. I would like to say that. And I think all of them are just really spectacular. They're very, very, very spectacular. And I can't decide if I like love it or think it's terrible, but I will keep watching, obviously. What do you think about Maddie Pruitt? I think we've covered this. There's such a, how do I want to say this? I just would like to say first and foremost, I have no problem with people that are religious or if they practice what they preach and they abide by, a set of rules and regulations from Christ, from whoever. Okay. I really, really I think if you're a good person and you're non-judgmental and you want to lead your life a certain way and faith makes you feel more connected and hopeful and gives you purpose. I think that's an amazing thing. And I would never knock on that. Like regardless of what your religion is, if you're a good person and you practice what you preach, I think that's incredible and valuable to society. And I think everyone should do and believe and whatever they feel. Okay. Now, when it becomes really self-important and judgmental, that's when I sort of have a problem with it. And when it's a full, this is all extreme religion, when it becomes like a full detachment to reality and like logic, like full suspension of logic, and also like marbled with self-righteousness, that's when I sort of like have to make fun of it because it's so ridiculous and also just it's self-gratuitous. So when Maddie Pruitt, there has to be some level of evolution when she is preaching things that are I don't want to get too into it because I don't feel educated enough to like properly articulate. Her husband is so ugly. Let's just like dial it. Let's just go all the way back. Her husband is so ugly and I can barely watch him with those butt fucker bangs. Like I with the overbite, and talk about a cousin fucker. He looks as inbred as they come, and just their philosophies. It's not stating opinions. It's stating like a way of life. And if you don't adhere to it, you know, you're the devil. Like that sort of black and white rhetoric that leaves no room for conversations or, I don't understand it in any way, shape, or form. I don't understand it with religion. I don't really understand it in politics. I think it's just a zero-sum game. When we start getting so black or white with shit and we start getting so there has to be room for conversation for everything, or we're totally, totally fucked. Like we have to give, we have to talk. Like it's gotten too crazy and everyone's too emboldened to my way or the highway, and we have to like zoom out a little bit and allow a little flexibility, because it's all becomes so self-righteous that it becomes very off-putting, and then people are not allowed to unify and come together and discuss and redistribute. Like it's gotten crazy, and understandably so. We're living in wild times. I mean, we can't eat the lettuce. We can't eat anything. You know what I had yesterday? I had an oyster. I was at an oyster bar. They looked gorgeous. I said to the waitress, are these fresh, or am I going to, keel over? And she's like, we get them fresh every day. I wouldn't worry about it. I had one. It was unbelievable. I might have had 3. I could be lying. You'll never know. But I thought, I can't have salad. I can't have raspberries. I can't eat anything. This is probably the safest thing on the fucking menu. And I thought, say la vie. And I had one. And the woman next to me, lots of judgment. Do you know how much zinc is in oysters? We're fine. Wow, we have a lot more to discuss. There's a lot of really hot topics in here, but I wanted to add, there was a couple things that I think I forgot to mention on my hate list. I don't really remember because I haven't listened back to that episode because I want to love myself another day, but I did write down a couple more things that I can't believe I forgot. Beanbag chairs. You guys, the craziest thing, like those love sack, like what, are you out of your fucking mind? I was at dinner with a friend a couple days ago, okay? And he just moved in with his girlfriend, and they were talking about how he wants a beanbag chair. And the girlfriend was like, there's absolutely no way this fucker's bringing a beanbag chair into our new home. And he was like, there's got to be like a chic beanbag chair. I said, Jeff, there's no fucking thing. There's no such thing as a chic beanbag chair. It's infantilized. It's crazy. It's ugly. It's a shapeless sack. Like, so you can like sit and play your Game Boy? Like, why the fuck do you need a beanbag chair? I hate beanbag chairs. The worst. Disgusting. I don't care if it's in a game room. I don't care if it's in a playroom. I don't care if it's in a dungeon in the basement. Disgusting. No fucking beanbag chairs. AstroTurf, another hot topic. We're doing this like cascading staircase, or like, I wouldn't call it a staircase because we're kind of separating them by grass. We're doing these like built-in, gorgeous stone steps with lights to kind of go up into the lawn area in the backyard. And my contractor was like, it's going to be, for landscaping purposes, it will be a lot easier if we did, because I'm putting grass in between the stairs just so that it looks like a little bit more outdoorsy and natural and less of like, all of a sudden there's just like hardscape. I want it to feel like a little more floating and sexy and whatever. So he's like, I think I would really recommend doing AstroTurf in between the steps so that like the stone doesn't chip, and with landscaping. And I said, I would rather have the carcasses of all of my loved ones, okay, lining the staircase before I put fucking AstroTurf. I hate AstroTurf. I can't, first of all, bad for the environment. I'm not sure if that's true, but whatever. Hot, plastic, smells, not breathable. I hate fucking AstroTurf. I could cry about it. I could literally cry. So the answer is no to the AstroTurf. Another thing, I'm not sure if I discussed this. If I did, I'd like just to say it one more time. Paul Downs and Meg Stelter's post-Hacks press tour. I love Meg Stalter. Okay, I think Paul Downs gave us hacks. Like, we got to just really, thank you so much for your work. But they're weird unless they're launching a hacks, prequel, sequel, something. And even then, it would be like too far out for them to be doing press. Their whole press tour together, the staged photos, it's not funny anymore. And I say this as someone, as a fan, not funny. Kind of low-key weird. Clyde and I have been having a lot of conversations because somebody showed him Blippi, and he's been like, he said, I want to watch Blippi in the ice cream truck. And we don't really do like any screen time. He watches Housewives, and once in a while, like, we watch music videos. And by the way, he said he wants us all to dress up as the 1975 for Halloween, which is super awkward. Like, when we wear black suits, and like I dye his hair black and like give him a bottle of red wine and like a raw meat so he can be Maddie Healy from the tour. I don't know what we're doing there, but that's what he wants to be for Halloween. So I'm like, simple, kind of cute, kind of niche, but whatever. Somebody showed him Blippi, and now he's like, I want to watch Blippi with the ice cream truck. And I said, Clyde, respectfully, I'm like, Blippi's very, very weird. And if you're a mother and you know what Blippi, like this is not a Blippi household, and it's not about like sheltering him or Blippi's fucking weird. And I said that one time, and of course, like, it never left his brain. So I'm like, Blippi's really weird. Like, we don't need to watch Blippi. Blippi's fucking weird. And so now he's very into the idea of like what's weird and opposites and what's cool and what's weird. And I'm like, you can be like, being weird is cool, but Blippi is really weird. You know what I mean? Like, he's like not in a cool way. He's in like a weird, like, I can't explain Megan's Law adjacent to him, but like Blippi is like, the outfit's weird. The cadence is weird. Hi, I'm Blippi. I'm like, so now he's like really into exploring what weird means and what cool means. And I'm trying to make them synonymous because in most situations they are. But how do you describe something that's just like weird? And I also think as a parent, it is important to tell our kids when they're being weird, when and maybe there's a better word, writer girl. That's an Aviva Drescher quote. Remember when Aviva Drescher said to Carol Radswell at the fucking reunion, because Carol just kept saying, you're so weird, which is the word, that word made sense. Like, Aviva was being weird. And sometimes it is as simple as just, they're weird. You're weird. You're weird. Oh God, you're so weird. And she was like, can't you come up with another word, writer girl? Sometimes there is no other word. Sometimes there is no other word, but weird can also be a good thing. So we're just like trying to dissect that in the house. He's a little young. He's 3, but everyone now, he goes, are they weird or are they cool? And we like it's a bit of a game in the house. So it's weird. Their press tour is weird. I have to go. You know what I'm going to go get? Ooh, I've been going to Health Nut and I get these spring rolls. Don't Google the ingredients. It's begging for a parasite. Honestly, that like, I dare it. I dare it. Like, you will not penetrate this colon. Like, it's never going to happen. I'm not the right girl. Like, a girl, by the way, the parasite, if I got it, I feel like I would just have like a regular bowel movement. Everyone said, although ironically, TMI, after I gave birth the first time, everyone was like, oh my God, you're going to have to like bareback a spoon. Like, you're never going to be able to go to the bathroom. You're already like pretty constipated. I had a very regular bowel movement like right after. So my digestive system just keeps playing games with my heart. They like to keep me on my toes. The parasite would probably just make me normal, which I should be so lucky. You know what I mean? And don't send me suggestions. Have you tried papaya? Yeah, I have. I'm aware. But on that note, I'm going to go get a chicken salad spring roll from Health Nut with the spicy Asian dressing and a mangotini. Goodbye. Love you so much. This was fun. I had a great time. Is this my final episode? We don't know. If you don't hear from me next week, you know what happened. Thank you. Bye.
I'm Laura Lee.
And I'm Manny MUA.
We're OG social media influencers, beauty gurus, and absolute besties.
And we host full coverage. We dish anything and everything pop culture, all the hottest tea, the juiciest gossip, beauty and fashion advice, and we literally have the best celeb guests.
So follow, rate, and review your new favorite podcast, Full Coverage, with us, Laura Lee and Manny MUA, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hello, and welcome to Pluto Phone. If you know the name of the movie you'd like to see, just stream it for free on Pluto TV, where all your blockbuster favorites are landing all summer long. Catch Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Fantastic.
The Matrix Trilogy.
Welcome to the real world.
Mean Girls.
Shut up.
Titanic.
I'm the king of the world.
And so much more. For showtimes, press nothing. They're free 24/7.
That is so fetch.
On Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.